church problems rarely land on my desk. When they do, they arrive wrapped in silence and ego. This one came on a rainy Monday afternoon, after the sermon that broke the congregation. The call came from Mercy Sanctuary Church. Their concern wasn't missing funds. It was an offering box that never balanced, not once, not in 2 years. Every month, the church administrator counted donations, and each time, there was an unexplained excess. Not shortage. Excess. Money appearing, not disappearing. That was strange. Nobody complains when money multiplies, unless they're afraid of where it comes from. I arrived that evening. The sanctuary doors were open despite rain. A church elder named Julius welcomed me. "We don't want scandal," he whispered as if someone could hear him through walls. "But this isn't normal." In Pastor Rachel's office sat a wooden offering box, dark mahogany, brass hinges, a slot carved at the top. Polished weekly. Only the pastor, head elder, and treasurer had access. I asked for numbers. They had them, printed in neat columns. Example. Sunday, February 2nd. Expected count based on envelope record, 41,650. Actual cash counted, 53,650. Difference, 12,000. Sunday, February 16th. Expected count, 27,900. Actual count, 35,900. Difference, 8,000. Every Sunday. Same pattern. Quiet inflation. After 2 years, the total unexplained amount was KS 412,000. Money appearing with no trace. My first question was obvious. So who keeps records? A woman stood up from the corner seat, treasurer clerk. Name, Esther. Quiet, gentle, the kind of person churches trust immediately. She said she had no explanation. I record envelopes as submitted. I count publicly. I never count alone. That part was true. 5 witnesses signed every sheet. So if there was manipulation, it wasn't after the count. It was before. Inside the box. Someone was adding money without being seen. But why? Money laundering? Anonymous charity? Guilt-driven tithing? Or something darker, payment for silence? I needed the origin. Every envelope had names printed. Except one. One single plain envelope appeared every Sunday. Same handwriting. Same ink. Same amount inside, multiplied over time. The earliest record showed an envelope that simply read, "For forgiveness." No name. No detail. Just reappeared each week. At first, small amounts, 1,000. Then 2,000. Then 4,000. Then 8,000. A strange doubling pattern. Esther said something interesting. That envelope started the week Pastor Rachel buried her sister. Now the story began forming shape. I asked to speak with the pastor alone. She hesitated, then nodded. Pastor Rachel sat across me, eyes distant, fingers trembling on her Bible. She opened with a confession, not loud, not dramatic, just flat truth. My sister was pregnant when she died. The baby's father? Unknown. At least that's what she told the congregation. But the truth was different. Her sister's pregnancy wasn't unknown. It was concealed. And someone was paying for that secret. The father was married. Served in worship team. A respected man. The night before the burial, someone slipped an envelope into her office. Same handwriting that continues now. Message. For the silence. And money followed every Sunday after that. Rachel never used it personally. She allocated it anonymously into benevolence fund. But the secrecy still tied her to guilt. Then I asked her the only question that mattered. Who is the man? She whispered. Julius. The elder who called me. I confronted Julius. He didn't lie. Not once. He said he loved the sister, planned to leave his marriage, but she died suddenly. Complications. He carried guilt daily. His wife never knew. His children never knew. So he tithed quietly, hoping forgiveness could be purchased one envelope at a time. Not for wrongdoing. but for the life that never happened. Then he asked a question. Can silence turn into debt? Maybe, maybe not. But the truth, once touched, doesn't sleep again. Before I closed the case, something surfaced. Esther approached me outside the church gate. One thing doesn't make sense, she said. We counted envelopes publicly, but we only saw that one after we opened the box. Meaning, no one saw it being dropped. Because it wasn't dropped during service. Someone was accessing the offering box hours before church started. Only 2 people had keys. Rachel and Julius. That detail mattered. The money wasn't given openly. It was placed behind closed doors. Not offering. Payment. His wife wasn't ignorant. She wasn't naive. She noticed unexplained withdrawals from his personal account. She followed him one early Sunday morning, saw him unlock the sanctuary door, walk to the box, kneel, pray, and deposit the envelope. She knew the secret. She didn't call him out, but she asked Esther not to mention she saw it. Her silence was not innocence. It was surrender. A quiet agreement that some truths stay buried. 2 days later, Julius stopped giving. The envelope didn't appear. Funds balanced for the first time in 2 years. I thought that was closure. Until the next Sunday. A new envelope appeared. Same handwriting. Different message. For what could have lived. Amount, $80,000. His wife didn't speak to him that morning. She left the house early. That evening, she called Pastor Rachel and said, I forgive him for loving her. Grief is not adultery. Then she asked something else. Can the church help me process what I married into? She wasn't broken. She was acknowledging reality. Loving someone means accepting their before life. Even when it hurts. When I filed the report, I didn't write about money. I wrote about the blessing box functioning as a confession vessel. We weren't dealing with theft. We were dealing with remorse that refused to heal. And that is why I reopen cases. Because what is hidden always shapes what survives. Sometimes money isn't stolen. Sometimes it is buried like grief, like memory, like unspoken futures. I'm Detective Tabby. This case is closed until the next offering reveals another truth. A new file opens tomorrow. Stay with me.